do you make money on your next show or production? Hey, I am Sarah, founder of The Den, and I help dance, drama, theatre, music and performing arts schools to grow their business on their terms. So I help you scale, get more numbers, pull back, have more time off, make more money. This all sounds like, oh my gosh, Sarah, this is a dream. I want to be involved. Then DM me. I'll drop the link here. Now, also, don't forget to subscribe. I send out weekly videos. So please, please, please subscribe. Right, let's jump into this because this is an important one. How do I make money on a show? Now, you might think, oh, I need to give this, so I need to do this additional extra, or I need to do, VIP this or VIP that, or I need to sell flowers. And you can do all of that, absolutely. But the biggest, most singular thing that will make you money on a show, okay, it is your budget. Now, Sarah, I did not expect you to say that. No, you didn't. But one of the biggest reasons that when I'm working with studio owners and school owners, when I see what is going on behind the scenes in their show productions, one of the biggest mistakes I see is that they have lost control of their budget. When we break it down, suddenly it's like, oh, I spent X on technical. I spent X on costumes because maybe you didn't price them properly. So you had to support that extra money. Or I didn't charge for the extra rehearsals. Or suddenly you got hit with a bill for technical crew that you weren't expecting, or you overspent on set. Suddenly the chance of you making any money on this production goes out the window, and it's all purely because you didn't watch the numbers. Now, as you run more and more shows, and I ran 40 plus over the 24 years that I was running my dance school, okay, you get to know what your budget is, and you'll say, I will allow £300 for marketing and advertising. Let's just take that as an example. Now, if you did it the year before and you spent £400, you might say, okay, but then I was left with 500 leaflets that never went out. Well, number one, why didn't they go out? Because they're of no use to you in your office or in your bedroom or in your car. They have to be out there into the wider audience. So why were they not out? That would be the first question I would be asking. But the second one is if you did everything and you blitzed everywhere numerous times and you were still left over with the leaflets, then you probably over printed, in which case tighten your budget. So if your marketing budget was 400 quid, let's tighten it to 300 quid. Can you now do the same amount for the 400 that you did for 300? If not, can we reduce the number of leaflets? Maybe you took out Facebook ads, but then what was the return on them? Where's the stats on that showed that person, that £200 that you spent on Facebook ads resulted in £400 worth of ticket sales? Because if those results are not showing, then I would be questioning, why are you spending money on Facebook ads? All of this has to be quantified. And when you tighten your budget down and when you lock it in, it makes you question whether you can spend that money or not. Because it's very easy to go on one of these printing sites and go, oh yeah, I'll just have this, and for an extra 20 quid, I can have another 2,000 leaflets. Okay, yep, I'll do that for an extra 20 quid. Oh, I need a pop-up banner. Let me get a pop-up banner. I think it would be really good if I had one of those ones, those long plastic ones that go outside the building. Get one of them as well. And I'm going to have one of those flags. Oh my God, that's only an extra 50 quid. Before you know it, you're £150 over your marketing budget. So what it really does, and that £150, remember, that's going to eat straight into your profits. So that's going to be ticket sales, right? So if you've got somebody coming along, that's, you say your tickets are £10 for ease of maths, okay? That's 15 people. You have to get bums on seats, 15 people to make up for the overspend that you did in your marketing. That's above and beyond your break-even points. So there will be a point where you've got this break-even point in your show where you've got all these costs, right? And all the tickets have to cover all of these costs, right? But you've just upped your costs. So now you've got to up your tickets, right? And if you keep doing this with your costs, you've got to keep matching it with your tickets. And every time you rise your costs and you rise your tickets to break even to those costs, you lose profit. Bring it back down. If you had stuck to your budget in the first instance, okay, all those little miniature rises that accumulate, yeah, and compound over the period of the time that you're running your production, that could have totaled to £1,000, £2,000. Let's just say it's £2,000. That is £2,000 of profit that could have been in your bank account rather than the costs. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope it does, because you can add on all the additional income extras that you want. If your budget at the core has gone out of control, that is the biggest reason that you will not make money on your show. You have to watch the numbers. And I know that there's a lot that goes on when you put on a production. You are juggling everything. I get it, okay? But get a post-it note, big letters, stick it on the wall, and just say, can I afford this? Okay, and work it out by tickets, by bums on seats. If you want to add on all these extra fireworks, okay, fine, okay? But if you've got to drive an hour there to pick up the fireworks, to drive an hour back, that's 2 hours of your time plus petrol, plus the actual fireworks themselves, which are not cheap, by the way, guys, because they've gone right up in cost, okay? And then if you had to hire in the firing facilities, okay, the actual buttons, you know, the key turn and the buttons to actually fire those, suddenly, oh, I'll just throw some fireworks at the end of the show. Suddenly, that's an additional £400-500. You've got to watch the pennies, and the pounds will look after themselves. That's what my father always used to say, along with cash is king. Okay? Have to watch the money. All right? If you want to learn more about Encore, my immersive weekend that is happening in November of 2024. In fact, it happens annually. So if you're watching this after November, it happens annually. I run it once a year. All right. Then let me know, hit me up in the DMs, drop me a message, or go and check out my website where all the details will be there. It would be amazing to see you on there, but I will give you the heads up. I've run it 3 times. It is sold out every time. So, oh, plus I've moved it to the Manchester area. So I'm coming up north, guys. All right, check it out. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the details below. Bye.